This video is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. All interpretations are symbolic or archetypal in nature and are shared with curiosity and respect, never to judge or define the individual. Astrology offers a lens, not a label. For personalized insights or a deeper consultation, you are warmly invited to explore my offerings at Lotus Phoenix Astro Healer. Details can be found in the description box below. Thank you. Hey Lotus family, welcome back to Lotus Phoenix Astro Healer. I'm so grateful that you're here. In today's discussion, we're doing a case study on birth time rectification, and Rihanna will be our study subject. Before we dive into Rihanna's chart, we need to ground our rectification in verifiable facts. Everything I'm about to share comes directly from publicly documented sources, including her official Wikipedia biography. These life events will form the backbone of our Hellenistic analysis. According to Wikipedia, Robin Rihanna Fenty was born on February the 20th, 1988 in St. Michael, Barbados. She grew up in a Caribbean environment that shaped her early identity and artistic roots. Rihanna was discovered as a teenager and signed to Def Jam Records, launching her career in 2005. Her first two albums, Music of the Sun and A Girl Like Me, both reached the top 10 on the Billboard 200, with early hits like Ponder Replay and SOS. Her global breakthrough came in 2007 with Good Girl Gone Bad. The lead single Umbrella became a worldwide phenomenon and earned her first Grammy Award. In 2009, she released Rated R, a darker, more personal album shaped by the highly publicized assault incident earlier that year. This era marked a major emotional and artistic transformation for Rihanna. From 2010 to 2016, Rihanna released a string of successful albums, including Loud, Talk That Talk, Unapologetic, and Anti. These projects produced multiple number one singles, including Only Girl, We Found Love, Diamonds, and Work. Rihanna also expanded into acting, appearing in films such as Battleship in 2012, Home in 2015, and Ocean's 8 in 2018. Beyond music, she built a massive business empire: Fenty Beauty, Savage X Fenty, and the Clara Lionel Foundation. By 2019, Forbes reported she had become the world's richest female musician, and by 2021, her net worth reached $1.7 billion. Rihanna has 3 children with her partner A$AP Rocky, with motherhood becoming a major public theme beginning in 2022. In 2018, she was appointed Barbadian Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, responsible for promoting education, tourism, and investment. These documented events, her rise, crises, reinventions, wealth, motherhood, and diplomatic role give us the exact timestamps we need to test her chart against Hellenistic timing techniques. Now that we've established the factual foundation, let's move into the rectification itself. According to various astrological sources, Rihanna currently has a DD rated birth time of 8:50 a.m. AST. For those of you who don't know, DD stands for dirty data, meaning the information is inaccurate, incomplete, inconsistent, or outdated, often leading to unreliable analytics and poor conclusions. Rihanna's birth time has never been officially verified. There is no birth certificate, no hospital record, and no direct statement from her or her family. The time that circulates online comes from secondary sources and is not grounded in documentation. Astro Databank assigns her a Rodden rating of A, which means the time is from memory rather than from an official record. In practical terms, this rating indicates that the data is not fully reliable and should be treated with caution. Because the source is unverified, rectification becomes essential. Instead of relying on uncertain timestamps, we will re-engineer her chart using her documented life events and the timing techniques of Hellenistic astrology. It is customary when analyzing a chart for which a confirmed birth time is unknown to cast a 12 p.m. chart as a neutral starting point. Noon sits at the midpoint of the day, which helps minimize potential error in the moon's position. Since the moon moves quickly and can change signs within hours. A noon chart also avoids making assumptions about the ascendant or house placements, which shift significantly throughout the day. It is simply a practical placeholder that preserves the planetary sign positions while acknowledging that the angles still need to be determined through rectification. The noon chart gave her a Gemini rising with the ruler Mercury in the 9th house of Aquarius. With Gemini and Aquarius both being masculine signs, I knew that they couldn't be applicable to her, since the first house shows us a person's physical appearance, amongst other things. Rihanna has very soft and feminine features and mannerisms that are not compatible with this rising sign. Although the 9th house is related to foreign or long-distance travel, it is also the house of God and higher education, and Rihanna isn't known for themes surrounding philosophy, religion, or higher education. In fact, she dropped out of high school to pursue a career in music. That immediately removed Gemini from the running as her ascendant. With her physical appearance still heavily on my mind, my focus then shifted to the moon, which is a significator of the body, among other things. A noon chart allows us to see the range of the moon's transit for the day, and on the day Rihanna was born, the moon was firmly within Aries for the full 24 hours, so we know for sure that she has moon in Aries. What caught my eye next was the strong stellium of planets in Aries. Along with the moon, she has Venus and Jupiter in Aries. Within the 24-hour period, the moon is within the orb of Venus, which means Rihanna has a moon-Venus conjunction. That clearly explains why she has such a feminine body, features, and mannerisms. Given that Rihanna is well known for her beauty, fashion sense, career in music, and businesses in the beauty industry, all quintessential significations of Venus, it was only natural to place her Aries stellium in the 10th house of career, life purpose, and public reputation. This meant she would have Cancer rising. For Rihanna's chart to place her Aries stellium in the 10th house, Aries must be on the midheaven. When we calculate the planetary positions for 20 February 1988 in St. Michael, Barbados, Aries occupies the midheaven only within a specific portion of the afternoon. This places the rectification window roughly between 1 p.m. and 2:20 p.m. AST, the period during which Cancer rises in the east while Aries culminates overhead. Within this time frame, her Moon-Venus-Jupiter co-presence sits prominently in the 10th house, aligning with her public identity and Venusian career themes. A Cancer rising with the chart ruler in the 10th house also makes sense for someone whose entire career revolves around physicality, presence, image, and emotional impact. Rihanna relocated to America to pursue music and later ventured into beauty and intimate wear. Cancer rising gives softness, approachability, and a magnetic quality, while the moon elevated in the 10th house amplifies visibility, influence, and public resonance. For Rihanna, this 1st and 10th house combination aligns seamlessly with her global persona. Her body, beauty, style, and emotional authenticity are not just personal traits. They are a central theme to her public identity and the foundation of her career. Now that I've established the two most important angular houses, the 1st and the 10th, the rest of the chart begins to fall naturally into place. The next step is to refine the exact degree of the ascendant using the bounds or terms. In Hellenistic astrology, the bounds describe the qualitative flavor of each degree and help narrow down where the ascendant should fall based on the person's lived experience, temperament, and public expression. By examining the Cancer degrees that fall under the rulership of different bound lords, I can identify which planetary signature best matches Rihanna's appearance, demeanor, and career trajectory. In addition to refining the ascendant degree through the bounds, I can apply the same method to Rihanna's moon. Since the moon is both her chart ruler and part of her Aries stellium, identifying its exact bound helps anchor the chart from two angles, the 1st house and the 10th house. Each bound lord colors the expression of a planet differently, so examining the Aries bound allows me to determine which planetary ruler best matches Rihanna's emotional expression, public presence, and instinctive behavior. This dual bound approach strengthens the rectification by ensuring that both the rising degree and the moon's degree reflect the same coherent lived reality. Once I established that Rihanna must have Cancer rising with Aries on the midheaven, the next step was to refine the time window by looking at the bounds. Because the ascendant describes the very first way someone appears to the world, I compared Rihanna's public debut with the planetary signatures of the Cancer bounds. Her first music video, Ponder Replay, introduced her through beauty, music, dance, style, and youthful magnetism, all unmistakably feminine and Venusian themes. This immediately ruled out the rest of the bounds, including the bound of Jupiter, which would have produced a more authoritative, elevated, or dignified first impression. By anchoring the ascendant in Venus's bound, I narrowed her birth time to a much tighter window, 1408 to 1432 AST, corresponding to the degrees of Cancer ruled by Venus. This gives us a precise degree range to test further using timing techniques. Now that I've established the rising sign, the angular house structure, and narrowed down Rihanna's ascendant to the Venus-ruled degrees of Cancer, we've reached a natural pause point. Part 1 is all about building the foundation, identifying the correct chart architecture and the symbolic logic that supports it. But to refine the ascendant to its exact degree, we need to move into the timing techniques. That's where annual perfections, solar returns, and transits allow us to test this proposed window against real events in Rihanna's life. These techniques don't just confirm the past, they reveal the chart's internal clock, its peaks, turning points, creative cycles, and periods of major change. In part 2, we'll take this Venus-bound ascendant range and run it through the timing systems to see which degree holds up under pressure. We'll also look at how recent events, including the incident at her LA home, fit into the broader storyline of her chart. If you've ever wanted to see ancient timing techniques applied with precision to a real birth chart, that's the episode you don't want to miss. Alright, Lotus family, that's it for today's episode. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this proposed chart. How does this Venus-bound Cancer rising land for you? Does it feel like a clean match to her life story? Drop your insights in the comments. I'm excited to hear your perspective. And if there's another chart you'd like me to explore, please let me know. I'm always open to more astrological case studies. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. It truly means the world to me. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe, and join our notification gang for more cosmic content. And if you know someone who loves astrology as much as we do, please share this video with them. Until next time, bye.